think you should start us off, Laurent.
I mean, what can I say other than up the Chels?
So where's your Chelsea jersey?
Hey man, we've already settled that, right? November 19th. I believe that is the date.
No, 29.
20 look at that. Here I am, right? So eager and excited that I've pushed the date back, pushed the date forward actually a few days. But yeah, no, other than that, a good win for us. The only thing I will say is it's a bit surprising how top club is dependent on another club for these kind of results. That's a shocker to me, right? I hear asking for help, right? What are you asking for help for? To win this title or?
Bro, we're supposed to be in unity this pod. Like, why are you
Huh?
trying to create beef?
No, I'm just curious. I'm just curious, right? First PSG and now this, but you're welcome. You're welcome. You know, you guys can slip your thank you notes to all Chelsea fans, right, at your discretion. But yeah, man, we got you guys. We got you guys. Anytime, pal, or pals, I should say.
So are you
And I was gonna be like, you know what? Let's name the episode pod Up the Chels. Let's come in and like say Caicedo's such a good midfielder, yada yada yada. But now
All true, all true.
you're
These
a,
things,
you're a little bitch.
hey man, listen, you can't be asking bitches for favors, bro.
No one was asking no bitch for no favors.
Oh, you guys were definitely asking for favors last week or whenever that was.
Nope.
Say what you say, bro. Say what you say, but I know what was asked, right? I know the kind of energy you guys came in with the previous week, and here you are. You know, like Alex Pereira did at the UFC. Chama, my friends. Yep.
So are you rooting for us in the title race?
Oh no, can't be rooting for you guys while we're still in it. What do you mean?
You're still in the title race?
100%. 100%.
Oh, that's cute.
100%, 100 points.
That's cute. That's
100%. But now I'm just like, you know, again, like I'm saying, man, these are the battles that you guys should be winning, right? A champion must dethrone a champion, as they say, right? You have to conquer the conquerors to be able to plant your flag. But
I don't recall Chelsea playing Liverpool away. I recall Chelsea playing them at Stamford Bridge.
there it is. There it is.
Is that a fact, CJ, or am I
the nuances, the little things we look for when we take out our our magnifying glass, our telescopes.
If your eyes are that bad that you need a magnifying glass on a telescope to understand the simple facts, then I feel sorry for you, bro.
Simple facts, simple this, simple that. Point is, you guys cannot beat them, just like you guys can beat PSG. And you know, who do you look to fight your battles?
The little
Chels. The Chels.
Weren't we talking about little kids and trying to show their face and be like, oh, look at me, look at me, look at me. This is the same scenario. Chelsea's trying to show face, and when the big bro steps in, when the big cuss comes in, their mouths go quiet because when was the last time Chelsea beat Arsenal?
Wait, doesn't the big bro
last time Chelsea beat Arsenal?
The big bro is supposed to be the wait. If you're saying the big bro is supposed to be the one that comes back to the schoolyard the day after when his young bro got his ass whooped, and he deals with the matters then. But for whatever reason, it seems like you guys are counting on the little bro to do that for you. So who's really big and who's right?
We don't really count on the little bro. We're just being supportive of a call. But answer the question. What was
I don't know about that, man. If you guys, we can run the snippet of the last pod, and You know, this whole, yeah, you guys got to beat him for us. Yeah, you guys got to do this for us. You guys got to do this. You guys got to do that. Shit, I mean, I can be like Julius Caesar. I wash my hand. We wash our hands from this. You
Yeah.
know, you.
The question. When was the last time Chelsea beat Arsenal?
When was the last time
When was
Arsenal
Chelsea
won a Premier League title?
When was the last time Chelsea beat Arsenal?
No, when's the last time Arsenal won a major trophy? One of the big ones, the
When
big.
was the last time?
You see what I mean? We can keep doing this back and forth. I don't mind.
I'll answer the question. That's not a problem. But I asked you.
I got all night.
I asked you a simple question.
But November, what is it? You said 29th, right? November 29th? Yeah, you'll get your answer then. On that day, it will be settled. You know, this is WWE Judgment Day.
I'm gonna bring a sign, CJ, that says "foot in mouth" for the bullshit that this man's spitting tonight. Anyway.
Oh, boys, the game has been changed to November 30th, by the way. So I apologize. November 30th, 11:30 a.m.
Wait, wasn't it because of the Champions League?
Yeah, it was changed. November 30th, Sunday.
Wow,
we will be there.
You guys get to, prolong the defeat for another day. We said Sunday?
Sunday, yeah.
Oh, we doing this on the Lord's Day, eh? Oh man. How Chelsea is merciful, or merciless, I should say. Because on that day, bro, your sins will be exposed. The Gunners, the Gooners will know what it means to face actual champions.
Yo, CJ, how you feeling, bro? How you feeling on this international break? We're a couple days outside of Arsenal top of the Prem, but how you feeling, bro?
I think I want the three of us to sing a song together on this podcast.
Right? Kumbaya.
It goes, we are top of the league. Say, we are top of the league. We are top of the league. Say, top of the league.
That is
crazy. Laurent, you're not singing, fam. Come on.
That is crazy, man. You know what? I would love for you guys to sing that song when the league is actually over. You know, because I think you guys were top of the league for quite a bit sometime last year, right? And I'm pretty sure this time last year you guys could have been singing that song too.
It's a foreign thing, right? For Chelsea, right? Chelsea hasn't felt that in a long time. And wait,
Centurion.
Wait. Centurion.
Yeah, no, we gonna get there. But I want to know, like, will you guys still be singing
combined points from this season and last season?
No, this season strictly. But I want to know that song you're singing. It's an amazing song. I love it. I'm all for it, man. Even the tune, the melody, everything about it, right? Just makes my heart skip a beat. But will you guys be singing this song? Come,
see a cardiologist, bro.
Shit, man. Listen, maybe if I was an Arsenal fan, I think that would be the case, right? Like I've heard CJ say, right, that sometimes it's stressful watching Arsenal play. Sometimes I got to check my heart rate, right? I'm pretty
if you're not a true fan and your heart rate's not fluctuating when you're watching your favorite team play, then you're doing it wrong.
No. It's
high when we watch the games. We're wearing
fluctuating for the wrong reasons.
Arsenal jerseys. We're repping our Arsenal gear. But you, on the other hand, the only thing you're repping is a blanket, bro.
It's fluctuating for the wrong reasons. I'll tell you that much. It's not for those reasons that you're trying to enlist here. But
did you learn this from WebMD? Because you do realize that that's not medical advice, right?
Oh, I'm not giving medical advice here, but I'm just, I'm giving you advice for anyone looking to enlist into the Arsenal bandwagon, right?
Now you're giving advice.
Sorry?
Now you're giving advice.
Yeah, as in, like, don't do it to yourselves, right? Leave those that have already been committed to the cause, right?
Listening, if you take any of his advice, CJ and I had nothing to do with it. So if you are harmed by taking Laurent's advice, please sue him directly, and I can send you his email. Just email us, and I'm
trying to prevent harm. That's what I'm trying to do, bro. I'm not trying to put people in harm's way, right? But yeah. Other than that, though, it's been a solid week.
Anyways, let's get into it. International break. We got a little bit of talk about. As we started off, Arsenal finally got the monkey off our back. West Ham have had our number since the Declan Rice trade signing. Um, we beat them 2-0. It should have been more, in my opinion. I don't know, CJ, if you feel the same. It should have been way more. Um, I know we messaged each other as soon as the lineup came out. That was the lineup that we've been crying out loud for. But unfortunately, Martin Ødegaard, knee on knee, sprained an MCL, hurt his meniscus as well. He's going to be out for a couple weeks. This is the third game in a row that he's been taken off before halftime due to an injury. Two times it was the reoccurring shoulder, and now this time is the knee. This one was just unlucky. I think he just left his leg in there in that challenge that he shouldn't have. I think it was a little self, you know, self-induced. But Eze and Ødegaard prior to that injury, like they were cooking. The way that they were able to break down that low block, it was exactly what we've been asking for. And to see that the ability for two creative players to do something like that so quickly, like it was nice to see. And I hope even though Odegaard's gonna be out for a couple weeks, like when we face I think we have Sunderland coming up and Burnley coming up. Like I would love to see, and I understand those are away games, but I would love to see us start with like a one Yeri and an Eze. If Havertz is fit, start with a Havertz and Eze in the midfield, and then put Gyökeres up top. Try to put that pressure on there, right? Cause a little bit of mayhem. Um, and I know we give a lot of stick to Martin Ødegaard, but CJ, what do you think? Do you think truly it's him that needing to put on a little bit of weight, or do you think it's just being unlucky?
So in this case specifically, yeah, I was fuming on the weekend as I was messaging you guys in the group chat, like, saying, here we go again with this guy. And obviously, when you look at it back afterwards with a calmer head, like, yeah, it's unfortunate, right? Knee on knee collision, right? But what I will say about it is that with Martin Ødegaard, like he's got to learn to be a tougher tackler, in my opinion, right? Like he doesn't have to look too far on the training ground, right? When it comes to guys like Declan Rice, who know how to put in a proper challenge, right? A proper challenge and win the ball, etc. If you look at the situation back, for me, he got injured, right? And what do they tell you if you're a coach or you're a mentor training young kids in football? Is if you go in to a tackle, go in. You have to go in full-blooded, committed, right? If you go into a tackle half-ass, you're doing worse. You're doing more harm for yourself, right? You're going to come out injured if you go into a tackle half-ass, all right? And in this case, obviously it's knee on knee. But from what it looked like to me, okay, with Ødegaard, and I notice he does this a lot with his challenges. It's like a kind of a half-hearted challenge, right? If he goes in with a tougher, stronger tackle as opposed to just kind of just dangling his leg there, we may see a different outcome or a different result, right? But he looks like he almost second guesses the challenge that he's making, right? He left his leg there, but do I go in? Do I not? Because obviously, I think it was Somerville who was on the run with the ball. So maybe he thought, okay, like he Somerville's got the momentum. He's running full blooded at me. I'm just gonna, I don't want to foul him. Right? I don't know what he's thinking in his head at the time, but so it was almost he was half in, half out, and he should have just fully committed to the tackle if that's what he wants to do, and if that's what he's intending, right? Whereas again, I think he kind of dangled his leg there and kind of hoped for the best. Right, that's not a good scenario you leave yourself in. You're likely to come out injured there. So it wasn't a full-blooded, a full committed, rough riding challenge, right? An old school tackle, if you will, right? Like from back in the day, like the Roy Keanes and the Patrick Vieira's used to make. It wasn't one of those, and he's not those kind of players. However, he's going to get himself injured if he continues on that path, right? And again, I'm sure you've seen this before yourself, Mehrdad, watching Ødegaard. Is, yeah, sometimes he'll go into these challenges, but he doesn't fully commit into the challenge, and I think that was the case in this instance. And yeah, again, of course, he's still unlucky, but he does have to be tougher all around. We've all said it here on this podcast that he needs to be a little bit more aggressive off the ball. Yes, he's a great presser. Yes, he's a good runner. He's got good endurance and whatnot, but he needs to be stronger in the challenges and even stronger on the ball, right? Not get bodied so easily, not go down so easily. We don't like to see that, right? But the manner in which the specific injury happened of knee on knee is a bit unfortunate. It's a bit unlucky. He's got a bit of ligament damage in the MCL. Thankfully, it's not ACL. So I don't know. There's no diagnosis officially yet, but how long do you think he's out for? I mean, I think it's just a matter of weeks.
At least 3 weeks. At least 3, 4 weeks.
because you would think to me it didn't look like anything twisted or anything like that, right? It's probably a bit of bruising. It's a heavy bruising challenge. It's heavily sprained probably, so that should, yeah, I would think something like 3 4 weeks. Now, knowing our luck, who knows? It could be longer, but um,
To
look,
be
I think when,
honest, keep him out longer.
sorry,
I would keep him out longer if I'm Arteta. I wouldn't even risk it.
well, that's what I was gonna say.
We have the ability to rotate the squad, and you gain Havertz back, and there's no need to risk him. There's really no need to risk him because these games, like, we'll come to it because one of my questions is the next
Mhm.
5 to 6 games that we have, but not that we don't need him to win these games. That's not what I'm saying, but we have the squad to be able to um, go through the next six games at least without Martin Ødegaard and give him the rest that he needs. So when he comes back, he actually is 100% rather than bringing him back like 75% and he's working his way up to 100%. And if he gets another knock, then he's actually out for a long time. So uh, just my 2 cents.
I think if we're actually talking about the game now as a whole, it was unfortunate that we didn't get to see that trio longer because majority of us Arsenal fans would have been excited by that midfield setup, right, in that midfield lineup. So it is unfortunate we're not going to get to see that for a few weeks yet. But what's interesting as well to me is Zubimendi, and maybe we all need to start giving him a little bit more credit. I know you said that, going forward, especially as we face quote unquote lesser opposition in the league, like your Burnleys and Sunderlands, you want to still keep to that sort of formation, right? So two attacking midfielders and one holder. So you throw in a Wanieri in there. I assume you meant to play with like an Eze and then Rice holding or something like that. Um, I think maybe we're sleeping on the impact that Zubimendi will have going into games like this as well, right? Because he has the ability to play higher up the pitch and break down a low block, right? The goal that Rice scored was actually off of Zubimendi's brilliant through ball to split the lines to Eze, which then rebounded to Declan Rice. So um, I think all of our first instinct was why did he not just bring on Ranieri to keep that shape, right? To keep two attacking midfielders, so to speak, with one holder for balance, but Zubimendi, I mean, nominated for Player of the Month and for the Premier League, his impact so far has kind of gone under the radar. He's actually done relatively well so far, and his impact in this game, I think, shouldn't go unnoticed. Because again, I was also calling for the Wanieri like sub for Ødegaard, and I was kind of thinking, oh, here goes Arteta again, being a little bit more conservative with two sort of holding midfielder types and Declan Rice and Zubimendi. But me, again, I'll give credit where credit is due. I'm going to give the manager credit for this because Zubimendi changed the game in the way we were playing. Yes, we were on the front foot before the sub, but Zubimendi coming on just gives us something different, right? Rice is able to venture forward into the box a little bit more, be that arriving midfielder into the box, which he gets the goal from. And again, it is Zubimendi's play that opens up the defense essentially and splits the defense that leads to the goal. So we really cannot knock that substitution. That can work in many different ways, right? Yes, of course, we all want to see two attacking eights maybe, or two tens essentially in one holder. And I'm sure we will see that, but I think it's a horses for courses thing. And I wouldn't necessarily sleep on Zubimendi's impact in these situations as well, right? He he can play higher up the pitch. He can get to the edge of the box and score as he did in I think it was the Nottingham Forest game, if I'm not mistaken, where he hit one from the edge of the box on the volley. He can play in and around the edge of the box, right, and either have a pop on goal himself or split the lines with a pass similarly. So I think he's crucial just as much in these low block games. So I think his impact shouldn't go unnoticed. But overall, to be honest with you, I didn't actually enjoy the game for a couple of reasons.
Oh,
It
why?
was, it was one of those games, and yeah, I meant to ask you about this, but yeah, man, I didn't enjoy it. It seems like so long ago now, but I didn't enjoy it, and I'll tell you why. It's because it was very much a typical Arteta kind of game in the sense that we got our goals right, however they came. One was a penalty, one was obviously the Rice goal, but after that, in and around the goals, it was just very much a controlled game, right? Everything felt controlled. Like that's what Arteta wants to do, right? He wants to control games, move the ball, keep possession. Like we obviously had the game by the scruff of the neck the entire from minute 1 to 90 for the most part, right? A couple of moments here and there, but we had control of that game overall, and that's what the manager will be looking for, right? Get our goal when they come. We're going to create the XG. We're going to create the chances, but in and around that, just dominate them, suffocate them. Keep possession of the ball. Um, and yeah, I would have loved to see more clear cut chances for Gyökeres. It didn't happen. He didn't really, he didn't have the greatest of games. But he didn't get his goal, and that's the reason why I'm disappointed is because he's in my FPL, and I thought for sure he was going to get a goal, but Yeah, I mean,
Bro, you
but
need Semenyo, bro. Semenyo was on fire this weekend.
yeah, I know. I'm
You guys don't
cheesed.
miss it. Bro, you're lacking, man. You are
I
lacking.
know. I know. I'm cheesed. But yeah, I mean, overall, like I said, really, ultimately, I think it comes down to the fact that it's one of those games you're not going to go back and look at the highlights on, because it wasn't an amazing game from an attacking perspective. I thought we looked better attacking wise and more fluent against Newcastle and even against Olympiacos in the Champions League. This is just one of those games that you get the 3 points and you keep it moving, right? I think once this game was done, we all had our eyes on the Chelsea Liverpool game.
But
So mhm,
sorry, before we move on to that one, but I want to challenge you with that though. But these are the games last season that we wouldn't be able to finish in control. These are the games last year that we would go up 1-0, we would take the gas off, and we would end up tying. So as much as it wasn't anything exciting, it's a very controlled game throughout the whole thing. It's boring, but Man City, when they were Centurion, when they were winning the treble, when they, were beating Liverpool to the title, when they beat us to the title, they didn't really have any exciting games. They just dominated the game and they just kept the pressure on. And
yeah.
then they inevitably score the second. They inevitably score the third, right? So I, I hear you. It wasn't a fun watch, especially at home, but I could care less. Get the
Mm.
points. And
And
it's,
that's where I was going. Yeah,
like
that's
especially at a team against a team that have had our number, whether they've been a weaker opponent or not, most of them have had our number.
yeah. Yeah, that's exactly where I was going with it. I was gonna end on that. It's true. Like if we're getting the points in the end, what am I gonna say? We get the 3 points. Like I said, no one's gonna go back and watch the replay of this game, but it's just 3 points and keep it moving, right? If that's gonna keep us ticking along and we're gonna get the results to go along with it, fine, right? Just make sure we do get the results and we got there in the end. So I'll take many more of these games. Clean sheets at home, 3 points, maybe not the most exciting, but we're efficient when we need to be, and then we keep the ball. It's maybe not the most eye-catching, but if you get the results, no one's gonna say anything really.
So let me ask you this, and Laurent, I would love for your opinion before CJ's opinion. Now that we're being hunted, we're not the hunters. The next 5, 6 games, we got Fulham away, Madrid at home, Champions League, Palace at home, Brighton at League Cup midweek, Burnley away, Slavia Praha away, Champions League, Sunderland away, and then Spurs at home. Okay, so the Premier League games, Fulham away, Palace at home, Burnley away, Sunderland away, Spurs at home. Out of those 2, 4, 5 games, as a neutral, what would you expect out of those 5 games? How many wins would you expect Arsenal to have?
And then what's your injury like currently?
Ødegaard, Jesus, Havertz is coming back,
Hincapié,
and Hincapié is coming back.
Madueke.
Madueke's gone.
So I think we got about five on the bench,
Five,
injury
five
bench.
injuries. Okay. And okay, so the Spurs game, I assume that's the furthest one out.
Yeah, that's the last one in the 5 games.
Okay. I mean, I feel like Fulham away, that's usually always a tough one, right? For teams. Um, but yeah, no, I think points should still be collected there. For me, I feel like that Palace one, even though it is home, right? At the Emirates,
Mhm.
um, I do sense that one could cause issues. Just given the fact that Palace seems to be in good form,
Mhm.
and also a bit of the narrative behind it, right? One of their own is now on the opposite side, right? Um, and then you have Burnley here. I think that should be points that you guys take. Sunderland, that's the with Granit Xhaka
Yeah.
and all those guys.
Yeah.
Mm, okay, that one I could see 50-50. And then Spurs, I think the expectation would be for you guys to collect all 3 points.
You're kind of saying like 3 wins, 2 draws.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But that Spurs one though, it's weird because I don't really have a gauge for Spurs. Mind you, they do have some serious personnel on that team, presently. Now I think it's just a matter of that manager getting a fine tune out of them, right? And as the saying goes, Spurs being Spursy. If that does not apply going forward, I think they are a dangerous team to look out. To me, they're almost like the Aston Villa of last year. Buff and equipped, and if their players deliver, I think they can perform very well this season. So I'm expecting you guys to come in. But again, right? If they're not Spursy, it could be a different game. Even though you guys do have the home advantage on that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
CJ, do you agree with Laurent? We went
Uh, for me, maximum points. Maximum points in those 5 games. So 5, what, times 3 is that, what is that, 18? I'm
15,
doing my
15.
15, sorry. So yeah, max points. It's as simple as that, really. You know. And here's my reason. That sounds, maybe hectic or unrealistic or harsh if my expectations are that high. But let's break down the games, right? As such, right? I think there's 4 before the Spurs game. The Spurs game is after the international break or before, if I'm not mistaken.
Spurs is
Can you confirm?
yeah.
Because I know there's one more international break. So what are the games before the next international break? I know when we come back we have Fulham.
Yeah. So let's
Then
see.
it's Palace.
Fulham, Palace, Burnley, Sunderland. That's
That's
after.
before the international break.
Yeah.
And then the next international break happens, and then after that it's Spurs.
Correct.
Right, and then I think obviously it's the Chelsea one. So if we're breaking down the game in blocks, right? We come back from the international break. The next 4 games: Fulham away, Palace at home, Sunderland away, Burnley away. Now, if we're being real and we're looking at Arsenal as title contenders, you got to win all those games. You got to win all those games. I think it's as simple as that. Like, and this is not being ignorant. It's not being arrogant. It's Arsenal in a title race, phase 669, right, of Arteta's squad is there. My expectations are high. I feel like I'm saying this a lot every week now on the podcast, but it's like this is what's to be expected now. This is where we're at. Money spent, like all the phases, right? The position that we're in. We're favorites in most of these games that we'll play. Maybe bar a Liverpool or even sometimes a City, or depending on Chelsea if we catch them home or away. Like most of the 90% of the games in the Premier we're going to play, we're favorites. Now that doesn't always equate to guaranteeing a dub because this is the Premier League, but yeah, man, I think I think it's also realistic expectation of the fans or myself to predict maximum wins from those games. And like I said, breaking down the games in blocks, right? Yes, you win those 4. We're significantly better than Fulham, and Fulham's coming off a loss to Bournemouth. We should beat Fulham in their ground. That has been a bogey ground for us the last couple of years, but we should beat them. Palace at home, Palace is good. They started well. They just lost on the weekend to Everton, but they're coming to the Emirates. That's our ground. We should get 3 points there. And then you're talking about 2 recently promoted teams, Burnley and Sunderland. Both are away from home, but hey, any title contending team, right, should go away to a recently promoted side and take care of business in a title race. And then after that is the international break, and then you have Spurs, right? And Spurs at home for anyone with Arsenal affiliations, no, Spurs at home needs to be 3 points. So again, in totality, if you say, hey, the next 5 games needs to be 5 wins, it sounds hectic on paper, but when you really break it down, right, and you take it in, the way I've broken it down, Arsenal should be winning all those games. You know what I mean? There's no Liverpool in there. There's no Newcastle at St. James Park. There's no Old Trafford. There's no even Chelsea just yet, right? Man City. Those games are games that we should be winning and collecting max points. I think it's as simple as that, really. And the game, it won't always, like I said, I would love for it to pan out that way, but somewhere along the lines, because this is the Premier League, you can see us maybe dropping some results somewhere. I don't know where that'll come from, maybe a draw or something, but I do hold firm on the fact that we should be getting maximum points from our next games, and we take them one by one. Right, each game comes one by one. Tick off the points. Tick off the points. City did it. If they've been doing it for years now, and when they were at their full pump, and such is the standards of the Premier League these days, right? If you look at Liverpool's games after the international break and even City's, the extra incentive is that there's a gap for us now to pull away because Liverpool's run now gets difficult, right? So the momentum has swung so much in our favor that yes, we're top of the league and we can probably create some distance now if you look at Liverpool's run of games coming up.
United at home, Eintracht Frankfurt away, Brentford away, and then they face Palace in the League Cup at home, then Villa at home. Madrid at home, City away, Forest at home. So there's a couple tough games in there.
Yeah.
Um,
There's some chance for us to create some separation, especially with City and Liverpool playing each other in that period. So I think that's even more of a significant thing for us to collect maximum points, to be honest with you.
Wait, now, can you count on Arteta to be able to deliver that, right, on a case by case basis, where you know, depending on the game, right, things may not go as planned, and now he has to, right, adjust during that game, right, maybe adapt to a different game plan to get those results. And essentially, what I'm saying is, right, knowing how you guys label him as being stubborn, his inability to adapt most of the times, right? Sticking to the same things. Can you count on him as a manager, right? Because even in that stretch that you highlighted with Man City, I know for a lot of those games too, right? Pep had a say in how those results went,
Oh, for
especially when
sure, yeah.
they conceded. They conceded first, and somehow they managed to turn that around, right? So essentially, that's what I'm asking you. Right? Do you have enough trust in your manager, and not only the players on the pitch, but the manager as well, right, to be able to adapt in real time to get you those maximum points?
yeah, but my thing is, I think the Sunderland game is a banana peel game, and I think that's going to be a game that we draw. One of the two promoted teams, we're going to draw. I don't know why, but I have that feeling. I don't think we'll draw. I think we'll get all 3 points at Fulham. I think we'll get all 3 points at Palace. I think it's gonna be a tough game. I think it might be a 1-0 or like a 2-1 game. But I think Burnley or Sunderland, I think that's gonna be the game where not that he gets the lineup wrong, but I think it just feels like one of those banana peel games. Maybe more so the Sunderland because it's right before the international break. Maybe they take their feet off the gas. We're winning 1-0 or 2-1, and then all of a sudden they come in late and tie it. That's the feel that one of those games gives me. But I agree with CJ. This should be maximum points, but I would be happy with minimum like 13 points, which is 4 wins and a draw. That's my minimum expectation. Like if it's not that, it's a failure. I don't know, CJ, if you agree with me, like as a minimum.
Yeah, again, because I'm being realistic in the sense of this is the Premier League. So yeah, as long as we don't lose in that run, sorry, you're gonna drop points somewhere, right? I guess realistically speaking, I hope not. But as we're talking about it, I think I almost agree with you. Like I can see that Sunderland away game being very tricky for us for some reason. That's the one specifically that's standing out to me.
The
So
atmosphere, the vibe, Granit Xhaka
the
trying
Granit Xhaka narrative,
to
yeah,
that's the game. Not the Spurs game. I think we're gonna slap up Spurs. I think Spurs have a very good team up
really,
front. I think we're gonna slap them up. I think
really.
there's been so much narrative about Spurs coming back. Spurs are a different team. Spurs this, Spurs that. But it's like, humble yourself. You're still the little bro. And you're gonna come to our ground and we're gonna slap you up. We're gonna knock you sideways. You don't have a midfield. You have a very good winger in Mohamed Kudus. Matthias Tell was a very great signing. Arsenal should have got on that last year. Your back line is erratic. Jet Spence is probably your best defender. Not Christian Romero. I think he's just an angry fucking Argentinian man. You got
Van der Ven, you don't rate Van der Ven?
I do rate him, it's almost like a VVD. He has to protect Romero because Romero is so rash that he leaves gaps, so it makes him look bad.
Mm.
Same thing with Van Dijk. He has to consciously think about how stupid Konate is, so he leaves gaps, so he can't really defend properly. Like he can't just like go and be like, okay, I'm gonna take care of this guy because I know if I step out, you're gonna get behind me. He's like, I don't really want to go into that 50-50 because if I miss, I don't trust that you're gonna be behind me. Whereas what you see between Saliba and Gabriel is if Gabriel goes, he goes 100% because he knows if he misses, either Calafiori's gonna drop in or Saliba's gonna be there to knock it off. So he has that confidence. He's not like 50-50, do I go, do I not go? He's like, okay, I'm going. He knows someone's gonna be behind
Hmm.
him, right? Not that I don't rate Van de Ven, but I just don't think that system or the partnership that he has next to him um, is bringing the best out of him. You know, like if it was him and like a Van Hecke, someone like that, someone that he can trust, I think he would be way better. Um, just my 2 cents. Um, Last question before we move on. There's been a lot of narrative since we're top of the league, and the way that Liverpool lost and the way that we've been playing consistently, and the narrative has changed slightly that the game that we lost against Liverpool, it was just a crazy free kick. We didn't get dominated. If anything, we controlled the game. The game against Man City that we drew, like we dominated again. We made City play a game that they did not want to play. Yes, they scored first because the robot is a robot, but we dominated that game. And there's a lot of people, a la Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, saying that we are the title favorites. Is it too soon to say something like that? Are they just pouncing on the moment to make clickbait topics or titles?
I'll start with that. Yes, I think it's too soon in simpler terms. The bookies, Opta, like whoever makes these predictions and however they go about it, I hate the fact that it changes, comes sometimes week by week or game by game, right? Like I don't think we should be jumping the gun and be changing things so quickly. I'm going to be consistent, right? And say Liverpool were my favorites to start the season, right? Only 7 games ago, right? I predicted them to win the league, so I'm not going to change 7 games in. We don't have a big enough sample size yet, and that's how it should be, right? That's why I don't like when Opta and the bookies, right? Like after Arsenal's winning the Champions League, I was like, oh, Arsenal are now favorites. Like, bro, come on, like let's relax a little bit. Let's get a bigger sample size to judge these clubs properly, right? So we're only 7 games in. That's not even a quarter of the way in to the Premier League yet. Um, and yes, we're looking now at Liverpool. Like football changes so quickly, right? Things change so quickly in football. Look what happened just within one week. All of a sudden the momentum swings, and Arsenal's now no one's talking about us, and everyone's talking about Liverpool. And now Liverpool's a team in crisis, and you know what I mean. But prior to this week, they were top of the league, and then it was Arsenal with the problems because we couldn't sort out our midfield and this and that, and our negative tactics. Like things change so quickly in football, right? Week over week, day over day. That let's just all like take a breath, slow down, and it's the journals and whatnot that needs things to talk about. So I get it, right? Um, and I'm loving it, mind you. All this week, all I've been since it's been international break and it's slow and it's boring. All I've been hearing is all the discourse around Liverpool and how much of a shambles they are, and I love it. I'm here for it. Um, but for me, I wouldn't change just yet because I have to be consistent in my thought process. We all said let's not try and jump the gun this season. Let's be level headed. Let's not be reactionary after games. And it's only 7 games in, so I'm still going to stick with Liverpool as my favorites until I see something different. Because here's the glass half full and half empty thing, right? I've been talking about this with our Liverpool fans that I've been speaking with this week. Is people looking okay? Glass half empty is like yeah okay. Um, you know, Liverpool, like, they've been playing bad and this result was always coming, right? This loss against Chelsea and the loss against Palace and Galatasaray. This results were coming because we weren't playing well, right? So this was always going to come. This is always going to come, and now we're just going to fall down the ladder. My thing to a Liverpool fan, look at it glass half full, right? So people, the hopeful optimists in the Arsenal world and so on, are saying, "Oh yes, like now Liverpool's going to crumble because this has always been coming." But for me, I will say, okay, like the other side of the coin, and why I'm still cautious is they're playing this badly, right? And they're still a point off the top, a point behind us. So yes, they could crumble and they can continue to fall down. But what if it clicks then, right? If they're playing this bad and everyone's talking about them in a crisis now, but they're 1 point off the top of the league without their players even fully getting going yet, their new signings, right? Isak, Verts, whatever. So the other side of the coin is what happens when they figure it out? They're near top of the league and they haven't even gotten their shit together yet. So what happens if they get their shit together? What happens if Isak clicks? What happens if Verts clicks? What happens, if McAllister starts playing well? Then are they going to pull away? Because look how they're still near the top. What about all the other teams below them, right? What are they doing? If Liverpool's playing that bad, but they're still second, 1 point off the top, well, shit. When it starts clicking, then is everyone else in trouble? You know what I mean? So that it can go that way as well, right? Once things start clicking and gelling and whatnot. So that's why I'm cautious of that, and that's why I still have them as the favorites. And I don't want that tag as an Arsenal fan, right? Because let us do our thing. Let us go under the radar, whatever. Keep your eyes on Liverpool. They spent the most money in the summer, this, and that. So make them, the favorites. Put the pressure on them. Let us just keep doing our thing slowly but surely. Let us go under the radar. So I personally don't even really want that title or that tag.
I think though the difference between the narrative that's happening right now that I kind of agree with is last year we thought Liverpool were going to be in a transition year with Klopp leaving, but everyone neglected to remember that that team was still Klopp's team. And I'm the one that always talks about it. And that's why there was no transition that year. This is the transition year. This is where Slot's going to make his money because he brought in 8 new players. He brought in, two forwards, which it's like, what are you doing? Like, I understand that you wanted to, the Diogo Jota situation is really tragic, and how you want to fill his role, you want to fill Luis Diaz's role, but you got 2 number 9s. You could have got a winger. You could have got a Rafa Leao. You could have, got a Rodrigo on loan. You could have done something different. But you went and got 2 number 9s to compete for the same position, and you neglected to get someone to be a cover for Salah. Sure, Jeremy Frimpong's there, but you don't trust Joel Gomez or Connor Bradley. So there's so many, and you had Harvey Elliott, but then you sent him out on loan because you don't rate him. So this is the transition year, and I think that's where. I know you guys think that it's my hatred for Slot, but I just don't think he has the capability to coach this team out of this. And I think you're going to see more and more issues come out. But again, I do agree with you. I would love to go under the radar. I don't want us to be deemed the best team and that we're, gonna win it all of a sudden. Uh, But like we said a couple pods ago, if this core cohort of players want to be remembered as the greatest, and they want to go from being great players to world class, they need to win. They need to win now. But before we move on from this, what's your say, Laurent? You've been listening to both of us talk about this. Are Arsenal clear favorites for the Prem, or is it too soon to tell?
Too early. Way too early. Yeah, like I said, I think it's usually around the Christmas time area that you kind of get to see a proper shuffling of the board. Till then, yeah, in my opinion, it's way too early.
Is that all you have to say for yourself?
Yeah. I mean, plus it gives Chelsea time, to catch up. So of course, I'm gonna kick the can down the road as much as I can. Yeah. It's just my 2 cents, though. You're free to take it and buy yourself a soda pop.
Oh, fuck. I actually think Bournemouth have a better chance of being in the title race than Chelsea.
Damn, that is a stretch, but
How's it a
it's
stretch?
a I think that is a stretch. I think you forget how long these campaigns are, man. Depth is I think that's when you start to see truly how much a solid bench
Bournemouth is
does.
not in multiple competitions, my friend.
Yeah, but I still think even if they're not, I still think there's an element to depth. Injuries can happen, mind you, right? Just because they're not in multiple competitions does not exclude them from being prone to any injury, right, of any sorts. Whereas in the case with Bournemouth, right, if a key player is gone, right, I wonder if the replacement, whoever that player is, right, has the caliber to match the party players, right? And I think you guys can attest to that as well. Seeing as last season, closer to I think around Christmas time was it, right? Where you guys were dealt with injuries, right? And that was the theme for you guys in terms of explaining why you guys were starting to slip behind, right? It's the injuries, it's the lack of depth, um, right? The number of games as well, right? Again, right? Not saying that they're in those competitions, but having the bench to me is and a solid bench goes a long way in a marathon, and that is what the Premier League is, right? It is not a sprint. Because I mean, shit, if it was a sprint, I think you guys be champions by now, right? If we stop counting today, yeah, you guys are first place. I'd be singing with you, man. Top of the table. I'd be jolly, but we gotta wait till next year, and there's still a lot of game left to play. Yeah. But correct me if I'm wrong.
So Bournemouth, the team that I think are going to be more
Mm.
into the title race than Chelsea, they just keep winning. They just keep winning. I watched this game. The first half was actually boring. It was 0-0, and then second half, it was gung blazing. It was crazy. It was madness. I think it was 4 goals, if I'm not mistaken. Bournemouth won 3-1. Fulham scored first, and then Semenyo assisted. Then Semenyo scored. He scored a PK for my FPL. He was on fire. I captained him. It was an amazing, amazing game by Semenyo. CJ, you done goofed if you don't have him on your team.
You
Uh,
captained him?
yeah, bro.
Wow, that's crazy.
Um, Makes you wonder what if Arsenal went for him instead of Madueke.
Jeez.
Yikes! Because he can play on both wings, and
People
he's
are talking about him in January now, potentially.
yeah, yeah,
I would put us as favorites if we got him.
yeah. Get rid of Jesus. Get rid of
Yeah.
Trafford. Bring on Semenyo.
Yeah, he's a baller, man. He's quality.
Stick
He's
him
a
on the
beast,
left.
bro. He's a beast.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where left, right, middle. He's a tank. He's a tank. Um, Spurs. Uh, they almost had a Spursy game. The word that Laurent said a little bit earlier. They almost had a Spursy game, but they pulled away 2-1 victory at Ellen Road. Mohamed Kudus, damn, this brother is real. Like he's gonna be a problem when we face them. CJ, also, if you don't have Mohamed Kudus on your team, you are crazy. Just wanted to put that out there. I vice captained him because I knew he would,
Wow.
just just giving you some hints, bro. You used the wild card too early. I used my wild card, changed maybe some of my defenders to
Aren't
get.
you behind me in your overall ratings?
What's your overall ratings right now?
Okay, I'll tell you right
What are
now.
you in Canada?
In Canada, oh shit, I dropped quite a bit. Fucking hell. I'm in Canada, I'm 24,266.
24,266.
Yeah, I
Damn.
dropped.
Damn, okay, I still am behind you.
This guy's trying to give me advice and he's still behind me, bro. Come on.
Okay. It's okay, bro.
Where are you?
32,000.
Oh shit, bro. Yeah, you got a long way to go to catch up.
Not really, it's just 1 week.
It's a lot of points in that week.
Yeah, I can catch up. It's all good.
All right, my fault.
It's all good. It's all good, bro. Um, United. Ruben Amorim. Post-match. United are in the title race.
Is that what he said? Someone needs to
Yes.
send me that clip and drop
Yes.
it in the group chat,
Yes.
bro.
Yes. Ruben Amorim. Let me see if I can find it.
There's no way that he's that delusional.
Honestly, I think it's good, man. Like the morale is down at the club, right? You're seeing that. I think it pumps a few hearts. Um, yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good. Now it's just he has to deliver on the next coming set of games. But in my opinion, I think tactically it's a good thing to say in that situation. You're giving them hope,
Yeah,
and
but there's also. Oh, sorry, continue.
yeah, and I would say if he feels confident that he can deliver, right? Seems like his luck is turning. Then yeah, why not? I mean, it's not like
For
you were
me,
you were about to lose your job anyways. So at this point, you might as well say whatever. Yeah, like yeah.
yeah. For me, there's a level of like be keeping it realistic though. Like you can't say shit like that, bro. You look stupid in the end because obviously everybody knows United is not in no title race. You know what I mean? So just climb up the table first before you start talking wild shit like that.
Well, how
You
many
know?
points off? Well, let me check the table.
United? Let me
Yeah,
see.
I don't think they're.
They're 10 points. They're 6 points off it. -2 goal differential.
Mm, so that's what 2 games.
Sure. That's 2 games and us and everybody above them losing 2 games.
But then they're also closer to 17th than they are to first. You know what I mean? So that's the point of like he shouldn't be talking like that, because if you're going to talk like that, then sure, Burnley, and I'm exaggerating, but Burnley and fucking Sunderland, all those clubs can say they're in a title race too. Like, calm down, climb up the table first. You win one game, and now you're all of a sudden you're in a title race. Like, don't be saying
Not
shit
just
like that.
come up the table, stay up the
Stay
table.
in the top 10. Stay somewhere so we don't have to accept the cookies to see your team on the second page.
Like so. Anyways, that I just found funny because they beat freaking Sunderland. Like, bro, relax.
Speaking
Um,
of, sorry, speaking of Laurent, say hi to Julian for me. How's he doing? Hopefully the baby shower went well.
Oh yeah, no, he's good. He's good.
All right, I'm glad.
Here's a funny stat that I don't think you guys know.
Yeah.
So Ruben Amorim has been in charge for 8 months. Okay, he's won 6 games in 8 months. Let me just say that again. He's been manager for 8 months. He's won 6 games. In the first 8 months of Mikel Arteta's reign, he won the FA Cup. He won the Community Shield. Okay. The 6 games that he won, who you ask they won, he won against. He won against newly promoted teams, Sunderland, Burnley. He won against 10 men Chelsea and 10 men Aston Villa. And he won against now relegated teams, Leicester City and Ipswich. So Jim Ratcliffe, he had an interview earlier this week, or was it last week? I think it was earlier this week. He essentially said Ruben Amorim has time like Mikel Arteta. He has 3 years to prove himself. But does he deserve the time to prove himself? Like, as much as CJ, I know you're tough on Mikel, like, yes, it's phase this, this, and this, but each year you have seen the improvement year in and year out. There has been a linear increase in our performances. Whether you want to admit it or not, there has been a linear increase. Have we gone over the top? No. I sent you the points tally, right? Mikel Arteta has had actually more points than Liverpool and Man City, but they haven't won any, like they don't have any substance. They don't have any trophies, right? I'm
Hmm.
pull it up on, so where is it? They have, I think, 265 points and City have 264. But City also have like 10 trophies.
Hmm.
So does Ruben Amorim deserve this much time?
Hmm. I think he should get till depending on what the results look like between now and then. But I was gonna say he should get till at least Christmas period.
Hmm.
But I mean, if they're all L's between now and Christmas, then no, he's got to go beforehand, obviously. Um,
I mean,
Listen, as a rival fan, bro, as an op fan, I'm here for it. I was happy they won on the weekend. Please keep him in the job as long as possible.
they got Liverpool next.
I think that could be a pivotal game for them.
I agree.
United?
Uh, yeah,
Oh,
like I said, even earlier this season, right? They do have the quality, right? With Mbuemo, and I believe Cunha, and even when you guys like to call him Tesco,
Tesco.
but
whoa, 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 time out. You call them Tesco, not us. You brought that out.
who, me?
Yeah, yo.
It
You
definitely was not
said
me.
them Tesco. Bro.
I can tell you right now that was not me. And the
Okay.
person who it was is just not speaking up. But I know it's not me. You have the group chat to verify that. Yeah, yeah, you there. That's like suddenly looking like you got like yeah, CJ.
Oh,
I'm pretty
me?
sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was your meme with the
It,
Ben.
it probably was, to be fair.
Yeah, yeah. But no, I think he's stubborn in terms of his system and his style of play, right? He has the philosophy, and like managers nowadays, right? They're very set on that style. And if somehow the players can adapt to that, right, then he can get it to run smoothly. I think they could be a team to watch out for. Mind you, I think we're disregarding everything else that's happening at the club. right? Because it wasn't just him. You had several managers that have come in and out in recent past, and
Hmm.
that were not able to get anything out of them, right? Or anything substantial, may I add. And yeah, no. So I think yes, time would be needed. His year mark, I think, comes up early next year, right?
Yeah.
The one
Right.
year?
Yeah, the 1 year.
I think it's in December. It's end of this year, I'm pretty sure.
Right, right,
I think.
I think he took over in November.
right. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, depending on how you guys want to judge that, right? Even if some would argue that you could even scrap a bit of that, right? Because you come in mid-season, you don't really have all the pieces that you need to be able to get your
No,
team.
no, 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 no. I wouldn't call that mid-season, bro. He came November 24th. That's not mid.
All
Yeah.
I would not. If
right.
he came like
Mm.
February, sure, but not in November. No, no, no. That's not mid-season.
Okay, okay. Fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, no, like to my point, I think they're not one to rule out just yet.
Huh? Um, CJ, this was a very good game for us. The only team in Premier League history to have a golden trophy. Uh,
Mm.
the Arsenal. Jack Grealish handing Palace their first loss of the season. There shall be no invincible this year. The golden
Happy Invincible Day.
happy invincible day is correct. Laurent's like confused, like what the fuck are these guys talking about? It's okay.
Yeah, poor guy.
It's okay.
That's crazy,
Hopefully
bro. Or
you'll
oh,
understand that one day.
this ancient history, man. It's starting to bore me, man. Like,
Still
but
golden. Still golden.
Is yours gold? I want to know. Is yours gold? Is yours gold? Laurent, is yours gold?
wow.
Mehrdad, is yours gold?
Yeah, it
Yeah?
is.
Oh, sick, sick. All right.
Deep in the treasure chest we go, eh?
Bro, that's why I wear gold all the time. It's always gold, baby.
Mm. All right, all
Um,
right.
the only thing I have to say about this game, though, just quick talking point. Jack Grealish was not selected again for international duty. Neither was Phil Foden or Jude Bellingham. And they won today. I was watching the game. They
Yeah, same.
slapped
Yeah,
Wales. Yo, do you see Saka's goal?
yeah, man. Quality.
Decker's wearing the armband.
Yeah. It's nice, man. Good for the Arsenal boys.
Yeah. Before we get to the game that we all want to talk about, is Ange Postecoglou going to get sacked? 6 games in charge, 0 wins, loss against the Newcastle 2-0. Surely Marinakis has to keep him.
Yeah, he'll look stupid if he sacks him at this point, eh? He's not even 10 games in.
Like you had the manager.
Yeah. That owner's a goof, man.
Like you had Nuno. You were fine. But anyways, that was a tough game. That was a tough game. Nick Woltemade does seem to be the real deal. He's scoring goals. He scored a pen. Um, yeah. Wolves got a crucial point at home against Brighton. They need to put a couple games together. Otherwise, they're going down. Like as it stands right now, I do not see Wolves surviving the Prem this year. I think they're gonna be one of those teams that goes down and comes back up next year. But they need a lot of work. Villa, they beat Burnley 2-1. They're out of the relegation spots to 13th. Um, do we think that Unai saved his job?
Yeah.
Or is he still in the hot seat? I think
Yeah.
he's still in the hot seat. 13th is a fail from last season.
Yeah, he's definitely still in the hot seat, but if the question is, does he save his job? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. But yeah, he's got a lot of work to do to keep them up. Sorry, get them higher up the table, right? That's where they should be. That's where the expectation was.
They got Spurs next, and then go ahead Eagles in Europa League. Then Man City at home, then Liverpool away. So their next 3 matches in the Prem, like they'll be lucky in my eyes getting 3 points.
Mm.
Like Spurs away, tough match. City at home, tough match. Liverpool away, tough. And then their next game after that is Bournemouth at home. and then Leeds away. Ellen Road, even though they're a newly promoted team, Ellen Road is tough to play. And then they got Wolves at home after end of November, then Brighton away, then they got Arsenal at their home. So they got a really tough stretch. So we'll see. We'll see if Unai gets sacked, and if Unai gets sacked, does that move the needle for United?
Mm.
Okay. And then City, what else was it? The robot keeps scoring. I don't even want to talk about it. What I do want to talk about, because I just saw before we get to the Liverpool Chelsea game, apparently the 115, the verdict's going to be up by the end of the month.
Really?
Do we like, in all seriousness, do we think anything's going to happen? Do we genuinely think something's going to come of it? Because
I don't think
honestly,
so.
I don't think anything's going to happen. I think they're going to get a slap on the wrist. They're gonna get a transfer window ban, and that's it.
Yeah. I don't think much is going to happen out of that, to be honest. And it's unfortunate.
Like, they cheated their way to win Prems. They did similar to what Chelsea did.
Hey man, winners always find a way to win, right? It is what it is.
Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea.
I don't know. I just find it interesting, and it's obviously you're saying that because it's not your club. If this was Arsenal that did that, and you guys had the PLs to match, right? This wouldn't be a discussion on this podcast at this time.
We mean PLs to match, fam. We have more trophies, bro. Our cabinet's bigger than
No,
yours.
I'm
That's
saying
what you guys forget.
I'm saying PLs to match in terms of how many they won given their 115. All right, so let's slow a roll down there. Let's drop the excitement there. That's what I meant. All right, if you guys collected the number of PLs that they collected, right, as a direct consequence of those 115, we would not be having this discussion.
Class though, we have class. You forgot that. So it's a moot point because we don't win that way.
Yeah, I'm sure. Gabby there, right? Has the same level of class, right? That you guys seem to espouse. What is he? Elbing players
Gabby,
now
what you
drink.
do, bro? Why are you trying to call out my guys, bro? What's wrong with Gabby?
Elbing players now
Oh,
is
please, bro.
is considered class. It's a class
Please,
act.
bro. When you guys
Hmm?
have guys like Caicedo in your team, you're talking to me about dirty play. Okay.
Elbowing? I'm talking about elbowing, bro. I'm talking about like whatever that was, like grabbing the guy by the face. Like that's a class. That's the class act you're talking about.
I didn't see the incident that you're referring to.
Oh, that's funny because we talked about it last podcast.
Oh yeah, I need
Yeah.
a VAR check on that. But anyways, guys, we have to continue. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
Laurent, give us a breakdown of the Chelsea win. Van Dijk was twerking his way to the 2-1 loss. Man forgot how to defend. That you can't use. You don't have a Nicki Minaj ass. You got a fucking, flat screen TV ass. You ain't blocking no shot by twerking, bro. Best defender in the Prem. Fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah,
Ball,
I mean,
dumbass getting the fucking formation wrong. And you're saying that this man is better than Arteta. Bite your tongue. Give us a breakdown.
I mean, honestly, man, I think we got away with one. Like I said, even with my
Got
prediction.
away with one.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Quite humble of you to say something like that.
it was 1-1 till practically the end of the game, where right we had that equalizer. But to me, it's 3 points is 3 points, as you like to say. However, I do think our performance can be better, right? Especially our game management. We were up. Great goal, by the way. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see it. But
Which the first or the second?
the first one.
Oh yeah, it's class, yeah.
Yeah. The first one, right? The fake shots, right? Using your body to tell a different story, and then eventually taking the shot, top corner. Keeper was not saving that.
No. You put two keepers in there, they're not saving that.
Yeah,
And if
I
you
know.
put three people working, maybe they would stop it, but
Damn, what's up with you and your fascination with twerking, bro? Like, is that?
The man's fucking twerking, trying to stop the ball, bro. Step up. Put
Mm,
some pressure on him. That's what I'm talking about. He's so worried about what Konate is doing on that right side. He's so worried about not having support behind him with Kirkez that he's static. He's a statue. You can't have that. You cannot have that.
mm.
I mean, serious, you cannot have that. And Slot got it wrong. Why are you bringing Endo on when you had Joe Gomez? Like, you have zero ability to man manage. You got lucky last year. You had zero injuries to deal with. You had the best back four that have been playing together for 8+ years. You come in and you're just like, go play. And now that you actually have to manage the team, you haven't been convincing at all, man. Should have got that hair transplant in Turkey. Maybe you would have looked like Lego head Arteta.
And you know what I'm curious to know? I'm actually curious to know if the amount of points they have thus far equates, surpasses, or is less than how many points they had last season at this stage.
It's less. I think by 3 points. I read somewhere earlier this week.
It's less by 3 points?
Someone can fact check it, but yeah, I think they're 3 points
Oh, and
off,
funny enough, it was just off of that defeat then, if you're right.
pretty
From
much.
So I mean, to me, it's not a bad performance. That I think, right, is what the narrative that Mehrdad is trying to go overall, right? They were undefeated up to a certain point. But yeah,
But did they
it's
look
like,
convincing?
hmm?
Did they look convincing? You yourself just said that Chelsea got away with it. We always talk about the context of this, the
Well,
context.
I'm saying got away with yeah, with the W, right?
They got away with the Bournemouth game.
Hmm.
They got away with the Arsenal game.
Okay.
Who's the other team now? I'm forgetting. They got away. Um,
Palace.
Palace. They got away with the Palace game.
Oh no, sorry, they lost Palace.
They lost the
So
Palace
they got
game.
away with Burnley. Burnley.
Everton. Yes, Burnley. Burnley was 1-0 with the red card. They got away with the Liverpool game. Sorry, with the Newcastle game. So Bournemouth they got away with. Newcastle they got away with. They should have lost or they should have drew. They got away with Burnley. They had a red card and they only were able to score one. And then the Palace game they lost, and then now the Chelsea game. Like they haven't been convincing at all. The Arsenal game they could have drew.
But this is my point, eh? This is what I was saying to you guys earlier, is it can go two ways. Like we're gonna say now that they haven't looked good or the performances haven't been there, yet they're 1 point off the top. So the other side of the coin is what happens if they start playing well, right? And the new players gel and everything clicks. They could just take off then because if they're not playing well, but they're still only 1 point off the top now, then it could be scary hours for the rest of the league if they figure this shit out. So we don't know which way it's gonna swing.
That's implying that Arne Slot actually has the capacity to get the best out of these players and to be able to manage a situation that he's created for himself. He does not trust Frimpong. He does not trust Kirkez. He has two forwards that he doesn't know what the fuck to do with. Arguably the best number nine, quotations, in the Prem and Alexander Isak, and he brought in a number nine who is actually performing. How are you going to sit one down? And then you got Cody Gakpo, who has been a servant of the club. And you got arguably the best right winger in the Premier League currently. Of course, he hasn't been on form, but like your midfield is shit. You don't have any rotation in there. You're playing Sabasli in right back because you don't trust Joe Gomez. You don't trust Connor Bradley. You have an aging Andy Robertson. Konate wants to leave for Real Madrid, and then you got Van Dijk, and now you just lost Allison for a month. He doesn't give me confidence and he's gonna figure it out. I see what you're saying. You're 100% right. What if they figure it out? What if they this? What if they that? But then the flip side, what if they don't?
Yeah.
What if
Well,
this United game they draw? A draw is as bad as a loss for them. This United game should be an easy 3-0 slap for Liverpool. This iteration of United. We beat them 1-0, but we were at Old Trafford, first game of the season. Everyone was up for that game. You know, this is after the international break. You're Liverpool at Anfield, right? I genuinely don't think Arne Slot is gonna figure it out. My hate and dislike for him aside, I genuinely do not think he's gonna figure it out. Now, if it was an Oliver Glasner, if it was an Unai Emery, you know, dare I say an Enzo Maresca, I think he would figure it out. Because I don't think he would make stupid substitutions and bring in Endo. I don't think he would have sent Harvey Elliott on loan when you need another midfielder, where you need another right winger. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents. Just my 2 cents. Let's get to the fun part of the pod. Actually, before we get to the fun part, CJ, you and I are officially tied on the predictions leaderboard, 17 points apiece. You can fact check that. Laurent, you're on 12 points. So it's going to make a fun finish or a fun first half. But now the fun part. So this was actually, you know what? See if you bring it up because it was your idea.
Oh yeah, cheers. So yeah, people. So basically, it's international break right now. It's kind of slow. It's the period we all hate. We're gonna bring something a little bit fun for you guys, something interesting. We all have our takes on what is the best Premier League 11 currently. So yeah, it's as simple as that, really. We've got to all the rules of this is we've all got to give our best Premier League 11. So from 1 to 11, I'll start, for example, then Mehrdad, then Laurent, or whatever order, right? But we're all going to go one by one and give our best 11s. At the end of it, though, we're going to have to agree on collectively on the best 11, and we have to come up with one best 11 in the end, which we're going to post on our platforms for you guys, and you guys can give us your thoughts and share in the comment section as well, whether you agree, disagree. But yeah, this is it is what it is. Let's just get straight into it. I will say quickly again, this is, boys, based on not current form, so let's not get excited about form, this and that. This is genuinely who you believe, based on reputation in the league, what they've done year over year, last year, whatever the case may be. So pick your 11s per position based on just your genuine belief on they're the best player in that position in the Premier League. As well, it has to be, no shoehorning players in. So just because you like certain guys, we can't put three, it's a 4-3-3 in midfield. We can't put three CDMs. It's nope, put everything based on position. It's one holding mid, number 6, one number 8, and one number 10 in midfield. And then your front three, right? Striker and 2 wingers. And that's it really. So yeah, I'll start to pretty much give an example of how we're going to go about this. So my best 11.
Sorry, I laughed because
yeah.
I saw someone try to switch their center. You should have switched it, bro. You still, before CJ goes, you still have the chance to. I saw what you did there.
Yeah, but that's my lineup. I'm debating between the two.
You already dropped your 11 in somewhere for us to see?
Yeah, it's in the drive. So I saw, he switched one out.
I was just switch one out, but that's fine. That's fine.
All right. Yeah, CJ, go.
I should have caught this, Laurent. Interesting. All right. Well. Mehrdad, will give you a chance to redeem yourself. My best 11. All right. In goal, Alisson. So I think he's currently the best goalkeeper in the league. The best back four in the Premier League at the moment. Right back, Yuri Timber. Center backs, Saliba and Virgil van Dijk, sorry. Left back, Cucurella. So when Chelsea player gets in there, you'll be happy to know, Laurent, there's no bias.
Right, we have the exact same back four, by the way, but
my G. Cheers. Midfield 3. My number 6, my holding mid is Rodri. I know he's injured at the moment. This is why I say not based on current form. There's many debates that we could have. There's Deckers, Declan Rice, right? There's Caicedo, obviously. There's a few others, right? Bruno Guimaraes, there's 1 or 2 others you can put in there. But if we're doing this based on current form, then yeah, I don't think Rodri gets in. And it makes it a lot more challenging for all of us, right? Because then we have to pick between a number of those players I just mentioned. But I think a fully fit Rodri alleviates this debate because, as we know, a recent Ballon d'Or winner, what he's done with that Man City side, and he currently still plays in the Premier League. So therefore, he is the best number 6 in the Prem, in my opinion. Again, number 8, and this is where you guys are going to see what I'm referring to when I say we cannot shoehorn players in. I would love to pick. Okay, I'll start off by saying who my pick is. It's McAllister. Um, I would love to have picked like a Declan Rice, let's say, for example, but I can't shoehorn him. I can't shoehorn him in. Sorry, just because he's not in the number 6 position. He can play both 6 and 8, right? Of course he can, but he's not the best 6 because Rodri is there. In my opinion, after Rodri it would be Rice. So then, therefore, can I put him in number 8? Well, I could, but is he the best number 8? What is a number 8? Right, your box to box midfielder gets up and down the pitch, right? Contributes on both the offensive and the defensive end, and better in the final third. McAllister, it's close, but McAllister edges Rice, for example, because McAllister is better in the final third, and he's also more clinical, right, when it comes down to end product in the final third. Close, but McAllister is, and Mehrdad's making the space. I can't wait till we get into this debate to talk about it, but it has to be McAllister for me, a proven player, right? We like to talk about players who've done it, been there, done it. So McAllister's a proven player. He had an outstanding season last season, managed under the one and only Arnie Slot. And he and yeah, he's there. He's been there, done it. There's a few contenders in the position, but I think McAllister overall would be best in that position. My number 10. This might be another controversial one for y'all. Bruno Fernandes. Best number 10 for me in the Premier League. We probably seem to forget because he plays for the lonely Manchester United, but where would Man United be without him?
Relegated?
Really, really and truly. Right? He deserves to play for a better side. We all hate him. I hate him, at least rat face and all that. I can't stand the guy. He's a prick. But he's quality, let's be honest. And I would love to see what he would do in a better side, And keep in mind, right, in the past, this would have been a no-brainer as well. When a certain Kevin De Bruyne was in the league, he would walk in that team, but he's no longer here. So, yeah, for me, Bruno Fernandes. There's contenders, right? There's your Ødegaards. There's Cole Palmer, depending where you want to play him.
Well, he's not a contender.
All right. So there you go. So, Ødegaard could have easily been there. He was supposed to be the heir to the throne of De Bruyne, right? The successor. But
Yeah.
Ødegaard has not performed well recently. But for me, and we made this, we debated this on a previous episodes in the past, if you guys remember, right? The Bruno Fernandes versus Ødegaard and what's the difference between the two. And I think Bruno's is more of the consistency and the will to show up when it counts for his team, right? He'll do that on a more consistent basis, and he plays in a poor team. So, yeah, for me, he even beats out, like, I hate to say it, the likes of an Eze, Morgan Gibbs White, other, cams or attacking mids in that position. Bruno's just the most consistent, I think, in the league. So he's my 10. My front three start off at center forward. I think this goes without saying. The robot Erling Haaland, center forward. What he's doing even at the moment, he's just different class. Right wing, I think that also probably goes without saying. Again, as much as I hate to say it, it pains me not to put our guy in there, but I think Salah has shown that he's been a class above for years now, right? So I think that's no debate. The left side now, this is going to be controversial to you guys. I'm going to say who my guy is, and then I'll explain. On the left, Cody Gakpo. My reason for that is, again, I would love to, and so you guys get an idea of how this works. I would love to put a Saka, because if you want to say the best front three, okay, yeah, Salah and Saka maybe, right? A lot of people like Saka. He's the next best after Salah, but we're strictly right wingers, strictly left wingers. You could put Salah on the left, Saka on the left to shoehorn him in, but he let's be honest, Saka's a right winger more than he is a left winger, right? So we have to do this strictly by position based. If you actually really take it in, I think there's a shortage of quality in the left wing position in Premier League, and even in Europe a little bit to a certain extent, right? That's what we were debating over the summer. Who does Arsenal go for on the left wing? That's a clear upgrade, right? Rodrigo, Leao, like, I don't know. The right wing has more quality, I feel like, at the moment across Europe than the left wing. The left wing, especially in the Prem, is kind of weak if you look at it, right? Let's start with Liverpool's, right? So obviously there's the Gakpos. City, who they have Doku nowadays, like, okay, great, no real end product. Spurs, let's not even talk about Spurs. Chelsea, who plays on Chelsea's left? Like, it could be a Neto, it could be a Gittins, the Garnacho, like, huh?
Could be a Mudryk.
Like, it's not great per se, right? Arsenal's, right? You're choosing between a Trossard and a Martinelli.
Sorry.
Yeah, the options aren't great, right? So and then obviously lower down the league. Now, who could be a contender if he continues to perform is a Semenyo. But again, I'm not doing this based on form, right? He hasn't done it long enough yet. And again, Cody Gakpo is a sort of Premier League proven winner player. He had a great season the last few seasons. I think Anthony Gordon could have been a contender if he kept up doing what he's doing, but yeah, for me, Gakpo, he just edges it, to be honest. And Luis Diaz, actually, if he was here still in the league, I think I would have selected him. He's been great for Liverpool, but because he's not, and because I think that there's a shortage of great quality on that side, I think I'm gonna have to go to Gakpo again if we're going out and out left wingers. Because again, I would love to put an Eze in there maybe because he can play off the left, but that he's not a specialist left winger. So that's my team. So running through it again, 1 through 11, you have Allison in goal. Your back four is Timber, Saliba, Virgil, Van Dijk, and Cucurella. Midfield three, my CDM is Rodri. My box-to-box number 8 is McAllister, and my 10 is Bruno Fernandes. Front three, striker is Holland. Right winger is Salah, and then left wing you have Cody Gakpo. So 2 Arsenal representation, 1 Chelsea. I think you got about 3 or 4 Liverpool players in there, unfortunately. 1 Man United. So, pretty well-rounded team. I'm going to add something too. You guys have to select a manager. My manager is Pep. So, yeah. I think we can continue. So whoever wants to go next.
I think Laurent should go next.
All right, yeah, I'll go. All right, so for me, pretty much like including the keeper, it's the same as CJ, Timber, Cucurella, VVD, and Saliba. Now, CDM, same thing. I'm sorry to do it to you, Caicedo, but yeah, I just couldn't justify putting you on there, given the fact that Rodri is an option in that spot, and we're not factoring in current form. Now, here's where things get a bit tricky for me. So I put Palmer as my 10, and then I put Fernandes as my 8.
Enzo?
Sorry, no, Bruno.
Okay.
But I feel like that'd be like, what was the term you used? Shooing him in?
Shoehorning?
Yeah, shoehorning him in. And if that's the case, right, then I would just substitute him for Enzo Fernandez, as my 8 in that position. Now for my right winger, Salah, and then left winger, that's where again, for me, I just put Doku, man. I know his, like you said, his end product hasn't been the best, but to me, I think outright that guy is a specialist for that position. Speed, everything, right? Is just a bar above anyone that plays there, right? Now, yeah, I guess you have right like the end product, which I'd say a guy like Cody Gakpo is known for, right? Especially last season as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think Doku is better in that position than Gakpo for me. Yeah. And it could also be, like almost the whole Pep system, where if you look at Grealish and how when he left, right, now he's coming into life more. So that could be a factor for me, for that player as well, right? But yeah, and then my striker, Holland. Yeah, sorry, Chris Wood.
Who's your manager?
Arnie Slot.
We're talking about track record, right?
Yeah, bro. He has 1 PL. I'd say Arteta, but the guy does
not
have
Eredivisie, right? Not winning 1 trophy in the Eredivisie. We're talking about track record in the Prem.
You don't think one PL like off the bat is good enough?
Then why don't you pick Ranieri?
Sorry?
Why don't you pick Ranieri?
I mean, there's just something about Slot. Bald head aside. Yeah, I think he has the adaptability. That thing that you talk about is man management, right? Not right management of egos, personnel. I think that's something that he's going to be able to espouse to all the non-believers in the coming few weeks. Nah,
Hey,
but in all seriousness, I'd have to go with Pep as well.
okay, okay. Thank God you came to your senses.
You
Um,
think Enzo? You think Enzo Fernandez is the best eight in the midfield there?
I'd have to, yeah, I mean, for one, his move was also given his World Cup performance as well, and he's been solid. I'd have to put him there because
Okay.
if I can't have Bruno Fernandez in there, yeah, for me it'd have to be Enzo Fernandez.
huh, all right. Um, I'll be quick with mine. Back four, I mean, Allison's in net. As much as I would love to pick Raya, there was a shout for Jordan Pickford because I think without Jordan Pickford, Everton would have been in completely different circumstances, and same thing with England. Back four is the same aside from I had Gabriel over Virgil van Dijk. I think the impact that Gabriel's had over the last 5, 6 seasons um, is been second to, I would say, Ruben Diaz, not Virgil. Um, but that's just my opinion. I'm willing to concede because I know at the NCG you said that we gotta have a combined 11, so I'm okay with conceding to do the back four that you all have. I had Kukurea as the left back. I think he's been arguably the best left back. I think if Anthony Robinson from Fulham had gone to Liverpool, I think there would have been an argument for him to be the best left back. Um, Good shout out for Andy Robertson, but I think when you're playing in a 4-3-3, I do want that defensive side, and I think Kukurea gives you a very balanced style. He can get forward, but he also has that defensive work rate where I don't think Andy Robertson has. I think Anthony Robertson does have, but I think he is just in a system where he's stuck defending so much that he can't show um that
Offensive.
offensive class that he has. You see it when he plays in CONCACAF against Canada when he's playing on the US. Um, but yeah, that's just my back four. So, when we do the combined one, CJ, we can go with the back four that you two had. My six, Declan Rice. I hear everything you said with the Ballon d'Or winning Rodri and what he's done, but I think outside of Rice coming to Arsenal, I think the impact that he had on a very poor West Ham team and helping them win the Conference League and taking them as far as he took them with having real no supports around him, I think it's a little understated. I'm not taking this because he's an Arsenal player. I'm actually taking this because of his impact on West Ham, because of what he was able to do for that franchise and that organization before he came over.
Wait,
Uh,
so this is you saying Rice is better in that position than Rodri?
yes,
Wow,
yes,
that is a heavy statement.
yes.
I mean, mind you, those 115, or those trophies, right? I don't think happened without Rodri
Mm-hmm.
in that position.
Sure. I mean, again, that's why each person has their ability to pick their own team, right? And their own opinions.
No, no, no.
Um, my box to box, Bruno Guimaraes, I think he's very hot-headed, but I think he is he is the heartbeat of Newcastle, and he's the only reason why they've been able to go from being a laughing stock to being a fortress. And that's why you're not seeing any impact with Isak on. He is what makes that midfield tick. He can play the 10, he can play the 8, he can play the 6. He's got the engine there. Once upon a time, Arsenal wanted him. If we did get him, I think he would have done the same thing at Arsenal, and I think he would have been captain material as well. We always talk about Gabriel, Declan, the people that we want to go to war with, and Guimaraes is someone that I would want to go to war.
Wait, is he a six by trade or?
I think he's an 8 by trade,
Oh,
if I'm not mistaken, but he can play all three.
Yeah, I find he plays both really with Newcastle.
Yeah, because Joe Linton's there and Tonali's there.
Mm-hmm.
So they interchange. My 10, Eze.
Mm.
I think the consistency that he's had coming out of nowhere and being able to help Palace without an Olise, with an Olise, and even this year, like the start of the season with Palace winning the Community Shield, beating Liverpool in the manner. Beating Liverpool in the Shield in the manner that they did. Like he is a very good 10, and I think he's very underrated. And I really hope Arteta doesn't ruin him and ruin his freedom and his expression. But he's my number 10. Yeah, big shout outs for Enzo Fernandez. I think he can play the 10 as well. He's more of an 8. Bruno Fernandez, as much as I hate his ugly ass rat face, I think he's been, like I said, without him in United, they would have been relegated last season or the year before. Um, so that's for
So
me.
basically, sorry. So basically, what you're saying is in Arsenal's best 11, because I'm challenging you and I'm calling you out here because I thought, if I'm not mistaken, Ødegaard gets in your best Arsenal 11. So you think Eze is better than Ødegaard?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm,
I think
interesting.
his I think his physicality for the Premier League and his durability, yeah. If I'm picking an 11 and we're going 4-3-3 and people playing in their set positions, so we're not going to do an Eze as a left wing, yeah. But we have the flexibility to put an Eze as a left wing, right? Um, so yeah, I would pick Eze over
Hmm.
Odegaard because of the flexibility and the adaptability, and we've seen him do it before Odegaard came to the Prem. Right? Ødegaard had that one good season and he's been good. Don't hear what I'm not saying. He's a great number 10, but I think there's just something that Eze has. He knows the league. He's grown up with all these players. He knows what a lot of these players are going to do, and he has that physicality where, a flair player, like you have to be a little quicker with it. You have to be a little bit smart with it, right? Like you have to be like a Bernardo Silva or a Kevin De Bruyne. You kind of have to be smart with what you said, like the tackles that you're going to go into. And I don't think that smarts or that um awareness. I don't think Ødegaard necessarily has. He has awareness for other things, like his pressing is better than Aze's, like his defensive work rate is better than Aze's, but also in a creative number 10, while those attributes are really good, similar to Martinelli as the left wing, which always keeps him in uh, to being, one of the favorite subs. Like I want my number 10 to be creative. I want them to, make that pass for Martinelli to score, right? I think Ødegaard would have done that? No. I think he would have went laterally or went down the right, right? But as
Yeah.
he's willing to like look up and be like, Arteta told me to do this, but fuck that, man. I'm on the pitch right now and I see this pass, I'm gonna make the pass. My front two, Salah Holland, I think we can shoehorn them in. There's no discussion needed to be had. I hear both your points about Cody Gakpo, but I think you guys are both sleeping on Anthony Gordon with what he did at Everton.
Well, Laurent said Doku, by the way, but yeah.
Also Doku, Doku. But I swear I think you gave him a shout out to Gakpo too, no, Laurent?
Yeah, I did.
I think you're both sleeping on Anthony Gordon. The impact that he had at Everton and now the impact that he's having at Newcastle and the way that he's been taking that position and dominated. And CJ, you said you watched the England game today.
Yeah, he did well.
His work rate and his, he's got that Anthony look to him, like a punchable face, but he's a great player. And I think out and out left winger, his defensive work rate, he's a Martinelli with better finishing in my eyes.
Yes, Martinelli with better end product. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my 11 back line. Allison Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Cucurella, Bryce, Guimaraes, Eze, Salah, Holland, Gordon. So for the combined one, let me just start writing it out. The combined one, like I said, I'm willing to concede. We can go Allison.
Yeah, I think the back five is gonna have to be Allison, Saliba, Virgil, Cucurella, Timber, and I think even the CDM, the number 6, and Rodri will have to keep that just because that one was 2-1 as well.
Uh,
To make it easier to settle the debates, because the rest of them are going to be difficult. The rest of the midfield is going to be difficult. But to keep it for the sake of keeping it moving, we're going to have to put Rodri in there. Sorry, bro, because 2 of us said Rodri.
okay.
where it gets interesting now is the number 8 because we all have 3 different 8s. So how do we settle this, boys?
Who'd you have, CJ?
I had McAllister.
Laurent?
Initially Bruno Fernandes, but then I chalked it up to Enzo Fernandez.
Okay, no, Enzo's out of this. Enzo's out of this. No. Enzo as in, we're talking about in the Premier. No, Enzo wouldn't be my first choice. Enzo's made, if you said Caicedo, I would have been like, okay, Caicedo more than Enzo, but no, not Enzo. Enzo is made to look, Enzo looks good because he looked good in the World Cup because of Rodrigo de Paul. He looks good because of Caicedo. So no, not Enzo at all. Got nothing to say. So yeah, there's no Enzo in this.
I'm gonna say I have to agree. Between the 3, Enzo would have been the bottom of the 3 in my choices as well.
Wait, so wait, who else did you have, CJ?
McAllister.
McAllister. Mine was McAllister.
McAllister was way better than Enzo. McAllister started every single game in the World Cup. Enzo did not.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I swear, yeah, Enzo's even behind McAllister in the pecking order for Argentina too.
Yeah. So no, I'm sorry, no Enzo. I think that's easily settled. Guimaraes and McAllister. I'm gonna say Guimaraes. I think McAllister, again, he played with Caicedo, and Caicedo made him look good. In the World Cup,
That's harsh.
He did unreal, and I think McAllister was probably one of the best players in aside next to Messi in the World Cup. I think McAllister was one of the best players, but he also had a Rodrigo de Paul there, right? In Brighton, he had Caicedo there, and now he has a resurging Gravenberch, right? Guimaraes, like if we're really comparing like the players that he has around him, we can agree that Liverpool have way better players around them. Same thing with Chelsea. And he still is producing.
Yeah, that one's tough. I mean, for me, so you're saying it based on you think you're basically saying other players have made him look good, whether it's some De Paul at Argentina for the World Cup or Caicedo at Brighton. So you're basically saying everywhere he's been, other players have made him look good. Like he hasn't looked good on his own. I think that's doing him a disservice. I think he's earned his own move to Chelsea from Brighton the same way Caicedo had. Sorry, McAllister earned his own move to Liverpool the same way Caicedo earned his move to Chelsea. I don't think anyone made him look good, to be honest. But I like Bruno, and I have Brazilian bias, so I would be willing to concede.
Well, Laurent, what do you think?
Laurent, what's your?
You be the deal breaker. What do you think between Guimaraes and McAllister?
I mean, for me, also, I consider the fact that McAllister is a Premier League winner, and by your metrics as well, you said in order to be, there's good and great and world class and great, right? One is a Premier League winner and one isn't. I think that's another important metric to look at.
One also beat the other to win their first trophy after 67 years or something?
Well, the League Cup.
Mm-hmm. And Newcastle isn't in a title race. They're a cup team, right?
So Laurent, what say you?
Like if you said between, for example, if you said that between like Enzo and McAllister, sure. That's a very good argument because Chelsea are expected to win Prem. Newcastle are not. So,
yeah.
Ron, what say you?
Yeah, honestly, I think I'm going with McAllister solely for the fact that I have not seen too much of the other guy. It's a terrible reason. So to the point where I don't even want to vote on this. Like I'm willing to.
I respect your honesty. It's okay. I'll take it. I'm okay with going McAllister. It's not like I'm not really upset. I respect your honesty. So sure, we'll go with McAllister.
I mean, it's you can go either way really on those two, to be honest.
Yeah, but no, just solely from like I have not seen too much of
Bruno.
Bruno, Guimaraes. So I can't even comment, right? in a way that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's our 10? We all got 3 different 10s.
I got Eze, you got Bruno Fernandes, and Cole Palmer. And again, Laurent, I love you, bro, but Cole Palmer is out of this.
There is no way.
There's no way that he's in this
No
conversation.
way, bro. Yo, Cole Palmer was nominated for a Ballon d'Or, eh? Like I forgot what place he came in, but just know that's the guy you're taking off, eh?
Yeah, he's out of the conversation.
Yo, there's actually what, bro? Like, do you understand that if it wasn't for this guy, a lot of our performance, right, would like, yeah, come on, man. Nah, there's no way, bro. There's no
Here's
way.
where I stand.
That guy is cold, colder than any of the other two that you mentioned, bro. Like just in terms of performance of like just no pressure on the ball, creating, bro. He can score it like in just the most obtuse of ways.
So
When I see, nah, there's a difference. To me, he almost reminds me of like a Berbatov, where Berbatov, it's almost like he's painting as he's playing. I don't know if you guys seen if you remember Berbatov
yeah, of course,
from Menu, right? The guy, he almost wasn't even the fastest guy, but it's his touch. It's the way he draws a player in and takes you out of the equation within the next touch. You see what I'm saying? And then creating like, bro, like, nah, man. It's like with performances he has in big games against teams like the PSGs and even the Bayern game, bro. Like the game that and I know, are we doing this strictly for the Premier League or?
Yeah, it's Premier League. It should be strictly Premier. Yeah.
Okay, so we're not factoring in because I know we talked about the World Cup for some of these players, but overall, bro, I think Cole Palmer is bro, this guy is one of the most valuable attacking midfielders, central attacking midfielders in the game currently, man.
Whenever he can stay on the pitch, by the way, because the guy's always injured. But to be honest, oh man, I was actually gonna say, Eze's got to be removed from the 3. But then when I think about down the stretch, what Eze did for a Crystal Palace team, and then how down the stretch Cole Palmer went missing in the Premier League for the second half of last season, like, bro, and that was disappointing. The man went missing for how many months? Didn't produce from January till like close to the end of the season. Like, that was really disappointing, to be honest. But he does show up in big one-off individual games, right? Like cup finals and that. So,
bro, not just one-off individual games, bro. Like,
he's a big game player. He's a big game player.
Bro,
but so is Eze.
Mbappe went missing for the first half, like of his stint at Real Madrid, right? Sometimes players do go out of form, right? We can't deny that.
Mbappe, the context of that is Mbappe went to a new league. Cole Palmer was in the same league.
Yeah, same league, but again, that jersey, that you forget how heavy that jersey is, bro. On top of that, add the number 10 number to it, and you can just imagine, right? Like, a lot of folks, their knees would buckle.
You say the Chelsea jersey is heavy?
Of course it is, bro. What? Are you crazy?
Okay, anyway.
Bro, we make the likes of Fernando Torres, right, coming off of Liverpool, look like freaking, like, you tell me, man. It's like players come here and they stop performing. Meanwhile, they were like, right, like,
yeah, but that's a Chelsea problem.
Huh?
That's a Chelsea problem. You sign $100 million player. The Shakhtar Donetsk owner said he's gonna be the next Ballon d'Or winner, and what you do to him, that he changes the sport completely because he's like, "Fuck this! I don't want to be playing for Chelsea."
Bro, there's no way you're talking about Mudryk. Bro, Mudryk shouldn't even be in this conversation.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
Nah, but honestly, man, I'm saying you guys got to definitely reconsider this Cole Palmer.
Okay, okay, before we continue this, can I just put Salah and Haaland down?
Yep. Okay. We can even come back to the number 10. Okay, left wing. What are we doing with the left wing?
Doku's out of this. There's no discussion between Doku. Gordon's way better than Doku. He's done it at Everton.
Is he?
Nah. See, okay, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, look at the guys that you guys wanted to bring. The Rodrigos, right? The Leals. You see what I'm saying? Those kind of wingers. Bro, those are Doku-like wingers. Right? And like, no, seriously, right? Those, like, the wingers like that if you see a guy one-on-one on that wing, that guy's, like, he's beating him out for pace, right?
Of course,
can create his own.
but end product as well. I think Doku is more similar to Madueke, if anything.
Whoa, no, 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 no.
Bro, one-on-one demon, just no end
That
product.
is, bro. Madueke is not a one-on-one demon, bro. Let's just settle that. This is coming from
He's a menace.
he
He's
is
one-on-one.
not, bro. The guy is not a, and mind you, okay, what Madueke relies on more so is his pace, and that's it.
Doku, what? Doku doesn't
Doku
rely on
does
his
not
pace.
rely. Doku does not rely on Doku. If you watch the player, bro, that guy is pure body feint shimmy, right? And it happens so quick that I guess for some people don't notice that, bro. But usually before the pace comes in, yes, he can accelerate, bro. It's the shimmies, it's the body feints. That's what sells it. Before, and that's what takes the player out of the equation. And then he has speed, of course, to get past that, right? But bro, like imagine you guys had a Doku on your left wing. You telling me that's not a problem?
We do. His name is Martinelli.
No, man, no, bro. Martinelli
I'm
and
kidding. I
Doku
know.
are not the same players,
I'm
bro.
kidding. I know. I know.
Not the same players, and I understand, right, with Gordon, but I feel like again, it's like you talked about Flair Mehrdad, right? Like, does Gordon have that kind of like? Because your wingers, they need
Oh,
that
he
that
has
that that.
that flair. He's got that personality. He's got that British personality that you need in those derby games to get stuck in. Jeremy
But he
Doku.
doesn't. But he doesn't have flair, though. I'll say that. Gordon is a typical British winger, just fucking pace and you know. But yeah, Gordon is closer to a Martinelli than a Doku. Doku is definitely trickier. He's
Mm-hmm,
trickier. He's more dangerous one-on-one.
mm-hmm.
Um,
If he's in the middle, he can even weave his way in, make
mm,
the pass, right? And yes, I do agree. The end product has to be the thing he works on, right? That he develops. Uh, Funny enough, if that was in the equation, bro, I don't even think this would be like up for debate
agreed.
at that
If
point.
Doku had end product,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I I agree.
but then in that case, I would take a Gakpo over Doku. Gakpo has everything that Doku has, maybe a little bit less pace and flair, but he has more end product than a Gordon and Doku.
But again, yeah, I think I just don't like his style of play. Funny enough, I prefer like a Luis Diaz type of winger than a Gakpo for me.
Hmm.
You like the
Um,
flair.
of course, bro. What the fuck? Yeah, that should be your prerequisite for any winger. Anyone wanted to step in that position,
But
that
I'm
should be
just
right.
thinking, Laurent, I'm just thinking, like, if I'm starting a team,
Mm.
I am not taking a Jeremy Doku. Straight up.
I hear that. I hear that as well.
If I'm starting a team and we're talking about the best players in the Prem, I am not looking at a Jeremy Doku and being like, I want you on my team for a left winger.
You
I
know,
would rather put a Pedro Neto. I'd rather, put a João Pedro out of position. I'd
see,
rather.
I wouldn't. I don't think I even take a Pedro. Funny enough, I wouldn't take a
No,
Pedro
no.
Neto over.
I'm not saying that oh, you wouldn't over Doku?
No, and the reason why. Okay, again, right? Doku moved. I think he was playing. Was it in France?
Yes. No,
Um,
Belgium.
no, Belgium is his national. I know it's his national, but I feel like he must have been playing
I'll
somewhere.
fact check it. Well, keep going with your point.
Yeah, yeah, but essentially, right?
Wait, he was with France. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he was in the league on, right? And it's like Pep brought him in. You see what I'm saying? And let's be real, right? Pep does not just bring any player into that squad, right? He has to see a certain level of quality. What I'm saying is, yes, if we do look at specifically, right, the performance in the Premier League, right, it's been a rougher slow start for him. Um, to the point where I know even when he first came in, Pep wasn't starting him as much, right? He was allowing him, giving him a bit of time to adjust and whatnot, right? And he hasn't hit the ground running. But I know that Pep brought him in for the potential that he showed in the Liga, right? And also even for the national side, right? That guy is an electrifying, exciting player, right? And yes, end product. I think to me that's where okay, if we're gonna look at that, then we have
We're looking at
to
the package, right? We're looking at the whole package.
but I feel like bro, he has everything except that. It's a legit.
That defensive work rate. He doesn't have defensive work rate. What Gordon and Gakpo are lacking is the flair, and Gordon maybe a little bit more end product compared to a
Mm,
Gakpo, but they're well rounded in every other aspect of the game. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm looking to build my team, I would not be looking at a Jeremy Doku to put as my left winger. If I'm looking at
Mm,
Premier League players, like if we're talking about Jeremy Doku, I would even put a Semenyo ahead of him.
geez, okay, now you're talking about like recent form. If you're saying that,
Semenyo has been doing this for the last 2, 3 years. And the Prem, maybe not to this extent. Like, oh, of course, he's on fire right now,
mm,
right? But Semenyo has been like even last season he was doing well, right? Like you can even talk about a Mateus Cunha because Cunha can play off the left too.
mm.
Like look at the impact that Mateus Cunha had on a Wolves. Mateus Cunha is the only reason why Wolves stayed up last year, right? So like I'm willing to concede to Gakpo, but I'm not willing to concede to Doku. I'm sorry. You make very good points, but for me, if we're talking about and CJ's portion of this is the best combined Premier League 11 current players, I would not put Jeremy Doku in there because he'd be a liability. And I don't think a Gordon or Gakpo would be a liability.
Yeah, and I still think Gakpo's the best of the three, so I think we gotta land on Gakpo with this one.
All right, all right, that put is.
All right, back to this.
Number 10. This one is, geez.
Okay, Palmer's out of this, man. I'm not. No Palmer.
Oh, we're back to. And yo, on a side note, yo, I swear you didn't even give us your manager.
Me?
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's Pep.
Huh?
It's a Pep.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Sorry.
did you? Yeah, I don't remember you giving your manager
My
either.
bad. Well, yeah, I thought it was a no-brainer. Yeah, it's Pep.
Shit, honestly, I was expecting to hear Arteta.
Are you fucked?
So was I. I can't lie. So was
Are you
I.
fucked?
I guess we're both fucked, right?
Yeah, you've both been drinking that juice, huh?
All
Mm,
right, number
okay.
10s, boys. How are we gonna do? How are we gonna settle
Bro,
this
there's
one?
no Palmer. There's no
That is crazy to me, man. I don't know
You,
if you like eye test. What do you base? Is this eye test? Is this
everything test.
stats? What,
Everything.
bro?
it's based on the fact that he wears the color blue.
As it wore the color blue for the longest time.
Oh my gosh, in the same blue. Anywho,
You
um,
say blue. Anywho.
wow. Wait. Okay, so wait, who do you have then? Who do you have, Mehrdad?
Eze.
As if for Palmer is actually wild, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Eze's
I,
been doing it longer than Palmer.
nah, man. Eze over. Nah, man. It's like overall, like, bro, because you know Palmer's coming in clutch for you on the biggest games, bro. As well as he can do this just regular season.
So is Eze.
Not on, bro. Not with that same kind of heat, bro. Like, bro, that guy is so cold, bro. Like, you see, like, there's no way Eze plays to the same degree that Palmer does, bro. In my opinion, and I can understand, yes, like Eze, he's a street baller, right? And that to me is what even is more surprising is that Cole Palmer doesn't even, he's not even a street baller like Eze is. But he moves, like he maneuvers like one.
And I respect your opinion, and I respectfully disagree.
Damn, yo, this is wild, man.
I think, like CJ said the other time, this is I think there's more of a discussion to have between an Eze and a Bruno Fernandez than there is an Eze or Bruno with a Palmer. Because we're talking about the best player in the Premier League for
I
this
think,
team, and Eze and Bruno Fernandez have been doing it year over year, whereas Palmer really only had one good year when he initially moved to Chelsea. But beside that, what was he doing at City? Please enlighten me.
bro, I swear he wasn't even what's it called? Like he didn't even play that many games at City.
You're making my point.
No, but not because like you know like you're a new player, right? Sometimes even depending the person that was strong at City during his time, I'm pretty sure that was a very tough City side, right? At the time.
Yeah, he was young.
Yeah, yeah,
Whatever.
yeah, that too. He was young, bro. If
You're
Eze was in
playing
the
behind Kevin De Bruyne and
bro, if Eze was in the same spot, that thing, I think it would have been the exact same thing. He would have requested to move out.
But
He would
yeah,
have,
but Fabregas was behind Patrick Vieira and he pushed him out of the team completely. So if you are that cold, you'd be able to do it. Bruno
Yeah,
Fernandes came into
bro.
that United team, and Ronaldo came back and he said, "No, fuck you, get out of my team."
Yeah, honestly, man, you guys can decide, but I know who my guy is for that position, bro. I know exactly like on those big games for the stretch of that season, bro. I know who the hell I need to put in that position because he's gonna create, he's gonna score, and he can defend. Like
Is Palmer even better than Ødegaard? I don't even know.
to
I
me,
don't know.
100%, bro. What, bro? Those he can make the same
And
passes that Ødegaard can make.
I have to concede. Yeah, Palmer, I'll take him over Ødegaard.
Yeah, bro. What?
For the
Okay,
offensive
okay.
side, not the defensive side. Absolutely not the defensive side. He's a liability on the defensive side.
Do we leave this up to the comments?
No, 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 no.
I'm curious to know. Even if we land on one though, we got to put that question out to the people because this is a tough one.
Well, we can. Well, when
I
we
would.
when
I
we
would.
post all three, we'll post ours, and then we'll post a combined one. And the last post that we can put out for the fans is you pick out of the three who you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's only one way because we got to get this pod out. We're almost at 2 hours, and I don't think people are going to get this far. CJ, we got to do a live rock paper scissors because I think we're going to keep it back and forth, and I'm not going to concede to Bruno unless I lose to rock paper scissors. Straight up.
Between
Yeah.
who? Rock versus between who? All three
Fernand.
of us?
No, no, no. Palmer's not in this discussion, unfortunately. So you got to do it a lot longer.
Oh, man,
That is
but I
actually
don't
wild.
know. I don't know though. I can't. I don't know, bro. I can't even remove Palmer still. I can't.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
Wow.
what?
No,
What do you
I
mean,
can't.
how, bro? Like, he's cold, bro. Like, bro, man
The man
has.
got his celebration trademarked with the government, bro. You guys
That's
see
what I'm
that?
saying, bro. Like, yo, the guy has people wearing blankets in the middle of fucking, summertime, bro. Like, where that shit at? See what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not conceding to Cole Palmer, unfortunately. I'd rather take Bruno as much as I hate his face.
that is honestly, you know what? I would, I would say Bruno as well. Not gonna lie, I think I would say Bruno. I would concede to that, but not to Eze. There is no
Yeah, and
fucking
I'm
way
going
in
to
hell.
concede to Palmer.
Okay, so then it's got to be Bruno. For the sake of getting this out there, it's got to be Bruno then.
Okay.
Now, but the fact that he actually would not give up Eze over Palmer, to me is surprising, bro.
Well, we can take it off her and chat about it a little bit more because we got to get this out. It's 2 hours into this. Um, Next episode next week when we're back after the international break is going to be episode 50. Really appreciate you guys, especially with all you Canadians listening to this with Thanksgiving around the corner. Wish from the three of us, we wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. To those that are less fortunate and have been struggling, like hopefully there's better days ahead. We do genuinely appreciate every single one of you listening. And if you did make it this far, 2 hours into the pod, we really appreciate it. We're here just giving our opinions, having a good time, you know, causing a little bit of ruckus, staying out of trouble, kind of. But yeah, appreciate you. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. And like I said, happy Thanksgiving, all.
Later, people.
Peace out.